This is Community Forum. I'm Kert Radel of Waycross Community Media. And today, our special guest from the Aubrey Rose Foundation is the president and co-founder, Nancy Hollenkamp. Nancy, welcome.
Thanks, Kurt.
Now let's begin with the beginning. Why did you start the foundation?
Well, the why is Aubrey. She was my husband and I's baby, and she was born with a very unique heart. She had her first open heart surgery at 10 weeks of age at Cincinnati Children's, and that was the first time we heard we're cautiously optimistic. But she turned the corner and got to come home, and then we got life-flighted on a day's notice to Philadelphia because she needed a heart and double lung transplant. So that was really rough. We were up there for 4 months in Philadelphia while she went through her operation, and nothing was ever easy for Aubrey. Through everything, she smiled. And so we had to go back for biopsies every 3 months. We went back 3 times, got 3 unexpected hospital visits. Nothing was ever easy. But, and so we had just made our airline reservations to take her back for her next visit when we couldn't wait to take her. She was really loving life and being a typical 2-3-year-old, when very suddenly and very unexpectedly, 2 days before her 3rd birthday, she passed away. And so we just felt so strongly we needed to give back and help out others. So many people helped us along the way, and we just felt like we needed to give back.
I can relate to you because our youngest son at 16 months of age had open heart surgery.
So you know what that's like. Yeah.
Anguish you go through, the ups and downs you go through, the anxiety, it's just devastating what you went through. But you came out from that stronger.
Yeah.
Now, you started the foundation. When did you start the foundation?
So we started the foundation 3 months to the date of Aubrey's death, but it gave us a purpose to get up every day because it was a lot to get that foundation started. But we did, and we were approved by the government on our first try, which is really unusual. And we were so proud of that. And now that's been 24 years, and we're going strong. And a lot of people, when they start a foundation, they kind of fizzle out because it's a lot of work. But we are going strong, and we know that we're going to be able to help millions of kids, but it's not going to be given to us. We have to work hard and work smart.
And in working smart, what I've noticed also is you've been voted nonprofit organization of the year, and also the Bengals recognized you as well.
Yeah, that's right. We got the NFL quarterback award from the Cincinnati Bengals, and then for the Cincy Magazine Best Nonprofit of the Year, we've gotten that 4 years in a row. So
4 years in a row.
Yeah. So we're pretty proud about that. Yeah.
Now, when you won the Bengals thing, I know your husband very well. Did he start throwing the football more often?
Yeah, that was pretty neat. We were down on the field and everything for that award.
I thought he might.
Yeah.
Now, you are certainly, your role is taking care of sick kids. That's the bottom line. That's the mission. Share a little bit about some of the families that you've been able to help.
Well, there was one family, and I love sharing the story because it's so special to us. When a child is sick, it's not just the child, it's the whole family. And so we learned that firsthand with our situation. And so we always like to give stuffed animals, and we don't like the small ones. I want the big ones. I want the big ones. I want the big ones I can stuff in the box. Yes. And so when they pop out of the box, they literally pop out. And so one day I called me, and he said, I cannot believe that you not only thought of my sick child, you thought about my healthy kids. And when those animals popped out of the box, he says, oh my gosh, I'm wiping the tears with the tissue you stuffed in the box. I cannot believe you did this for us. And so that's really heartfelt. And that's why we do what we do, because, through no fault of these families, they could go bankrupt because of a sick child. And so sometimes they need just a little bit of help. But it's not only just the financial piece, it's the emotional piece, the spiritual piece, the financial as well. But yeah, it's like you need to help these families continue to care for their sick child.
And even though it was devastating for you and for your husband and for your entire family about your baby, your child, you still have been there. So it's kind of like I've been there, done that. I understand what you're going through, and that
might not be
really
the same
means a lot.
Defect or disease or whatever, but we understand you have a sick child.
The other thing that really impresses me as well, I like giving back in any way I can, particularly with our young people. You have scholarships available.
Yes.
Tell us about the scholarships.
So the scholarships are really a separate piece of our foundation. When we started the foundation, my mom and dad always watched Aubrey, and we wanted to do something that would and keep them engrossed in the foundation. And they wanted to do something to help Carly and Spencer, our other 2 children. And so we thought, what can we do? And there's a lot of scholarships out there for college, but there's not many out there for high school. And high school can be more than college at times. And so we decided to start with our local grade school that our kids went to. And then we kept on adding our scholarships. So right now we're at 545 scholarships that we've given out. And in June, we'll be giving out another 20-something scholarships. So it's really neat to see these kids. And they're 8th graders going on to private high school. So they become our built-in base of volunteers. They're a built-in base of our supporters. It's all about giving back because it's not based on academics nor athletics. It's based on how good a child they are. And so they get it. They write us an essay. We read them all. We choose these special kids, and then they want to help us out. And so it's wonderful.
And I would imagine you have a number of stories of those children that you've helped,
Oh, yeah.
who have come back,
Yeah.
who've been able to benefit and was able to thrive through that.
Right, right. And I want to share just one of them. We say if you stay involved with us, because our scholarships are for freshman year, but if you stay involved, you can get a scholarship for the rest of your high school. And then if you stay involved in us with college, and I'm not saying every day, you're just involved, emailing us, calling us every once in a while, that you can become a junior board member for us. And then once you graduate, you can become a board member. And we have one of our board members that was a scholarship recipient of ours. And it's so neat. I'm so proud of her.
To me, that is amazing because
Yeah.
I, for 14 years, worked for a board of directors. Never had the idea of having a junior board of directors.
Yeah.
What kind of input did they have, the junior board?
Oh my gosh. So Allie is our board member I'm talking about. She's on our scholarship committee, and Allie takes ownership of those scholarships. I mean, she's rougher grading on these kids, like who should get the scholarships than what I am, because she knows what it's like and how much it helped her and how much she benefited from it. And so it's awesome.
You being a nonprofit, we're
Yeah.
nonprofit. You mentioned it just a few moments ago. Volunteers
Right.
are critical for
Yes.
you. How can someone partner with you and become a volunteer?
On our homepage, if you go to our website, you can see volunteer here, and you can click on that, and it'll send me an email, and I'll get back with you, and we'd love to have you.
Also, in talking about your website, you
Yeah.
can go on there and find out about your special events.
Uh-huh.
You can also find out about your mission.
Right.
Tell us what your primary mission is.
To help children with life-threatening medical conditions and help their family. Like I said, it can be devastating. It can be, put them in bankruptcy or whatever. And our mission is to help them spiritually, emotionally, and financially.
You have a phrase, if I may, that I love on your website. You are to promote a balanced giving program that will put huge smiles on the faces of the children and their families. That has got to be rewarding.
It is. It's very rewarding. Aubrey smiled through everything. Even when she was so sick, she smiled. And so our goal is to put smiles on the many faces. And not only the families that we help, we want to put smiles on the faces of our volunteers, our participants who come to our fundraising events. We want to put smiles on everybody.
Well, that's the key. I
Yeah.
mean, what I have found since I've come to Waycross, the outpouring as we go to Coleraine Hope. We want to give a shout out to Coleraine
Right,
Hope.
yeah.
That's a great organization,
It's a
isn't
great
it?
organization, a group of all nonprofits who are looking to help people in the community. It's wonderful.
And let's give a shout out to the Coleraine Chamber of Commerce.
That's right, yes. I'm on the board of the Coleraine Chamber of Commerce, and it's, again, a wonderful organization to help the community. We want to celebrate the community. It's wonderful.
And Dave is there all the time. If he's not there, Beth is there. So
Yeah.
there's very much chamber
Yes.
participation with
Right.
Coleraine Hope. They meet on a monthly basis.
Yes.
So if you're a nonprofit, you can connect there as well.
Right,
And you've made good friends through that, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love it. Yeah. There's a women's luncheon I go to. It's awesome.
They haven't invited me to that. but
They
that's-
haven't. Oh, well.
can
Don't
work
feel
on
left
that
out. Yeah, I will.
What is the future for you and for the foundation? What role do you see the foundation? Is there a particular goal that you have?
We're going to continue on. I can see us, like I said in the beginning, we're going to be able to help millions of kids, but it's not going to be given to us. We have to work hard and work smart, and we're going to continue on doing that, putting smiles on the faces of many children and their families.
And it would be very inappropriate if we did not recognize your husband.
Yeah.
Now, he is the loudest dresser I've ever
Yes,
seen.
he is.
But other than that, I'm sure he has been there for you all the time.
Oh, yeah. Yes. He was, he didn't know we were starting the foundation. I felt like I got a message from God that we were starting this foundation. And that was right when Aubrey died. And I said, well, guess what we're going to be doing? And so, yeah, he's been there ever since. And he's with me and my partner.
And how many years?
At 24. We've been married?
Married.
41.
41.
Yeah.
You put up with him for 41.
Yes, that's right.
That works out very well.
That's right.
Well, the key right now is for anyone who's interested in the Aubrey Rose Foundation to find out more. And it's not just the disease that took your daughter's life.
It's anybody. We help any child with a life-threatening medical condition. And if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to say one more thing about organ donation, since Aubrey was the receiver of heart and double lungs, so she got organs, and she died donating her organs, and so that's very special to us. And so I'm on the board of the Life Center Organ Donor Network. I'm on their medical advisory board, and I just want to put a shout out to Life Center in trying to procure more organs, because you can't take them with you.
And I've never been in that position, but I would think, and I've heard, that even though you've gone through such a difficult, tragic,
Right.
you still are feeling something is a part of your daughter
Right.
if you're donating, or
Yeah.
your child if you're able to make that donation of the organ. Is that not
Yes.
correct?
So healing. It's very amazing to be able to do that, because life does go on.
Well, you have been great. You've welcomed me with open arms, and I certainly appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nancy. This has been the Community Forum with the founder and president of Aubrey Rose Foundation, Nancy Hollenkamp. I'm Kert Radel, Waycross Community Media. We'll see you next time.